Welcome back to the KIX 96.5 Morning Show. Friday night in downtown Sheridan, it's Winter Wyo Jam, an incredible night of music featuring headliner Bart Crow with special guest Southern Fried. Go to wyojam.com to get your tickets now. Headliner Bart Crow is a singer-songwriter from Austin, Texas. He served in the military. He's married. He has 4 boys. His latest single, Nothing's Changed, is out now. We're stoked to have the one and only Bart Crow on the show. First, Bart, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, buddy. Good morning.
Morning. Well, first off, sad news this morning. Toby Keith passed away. Do you have any Toby Keith stories or any influence, anything?
Man, I honestly, I do not. I don't have a single one, and I saw that about an hour ago, and just, I don't know, just stinks, man.
Yeah.
That's Satan.
Yeah.
Still doing his thing, and I don't know. It was just very sad to read and very just kind of bummed me out for a minute. But you know, I can't say I ever met the gentleman. Of course, I know his music just like everybody else does.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You know, he fought a good hard fight. He was very humble and quiet about it, and very classy.
Yeah.
And honestly, it shocked me. I was naive enough. I thought he had whipped it. I thought he was in remission, but shows what I know, so maybe don't take my word for much.
Yeah, this is shocking to all of us. I thought he was doing better too, but you never know. Just like you say, cancer's Satan. Well, on a better note, it was your wife's birthday last week. My wife's birthday is this weekend. So what did you do, Bart?
You know, I sent her to a spa, and she was there for about 5 hours all day on Friday, and then I took her to a new fancy schmancy restaurant in downtown Austin that's up on the roof of a high-rise new hotel. And then we're such party animals, we left there and came home and let the babysitter go home 2 hours early and watched the movie with the boys.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, we get pretty rowdy around here whenever I'm home on a Friday. I bet we were probably even in bed we might have stayed up late till 11. I just can't remember. It was so crazy.
Man. Well, you went to high school, then you joined the military. Thanks for your service. You went to college, and you met your wife. You met Erin in college, right?
Yeah, well, I met her, we actually met whenever I was home on leave from the Army.
Okay.
And then just met. Did no communication, no forward progress. I met her through my little brother, actually. And then I left, and when I came back, and then a few years later, I ran into her. Yeah, when I was in college out in Stephenville, I ran into her at a music festival, and we just started talking, and the rest is history. 21 years later, we're still rocking.
Yeah, she's been with you the entire time. 4 boys. Is she going crazy, surrounded by all this testosterone?
One could say that. Definitely. It has its craziness rears its head, but she makes it look pretty easy. So, I don't know. I think at this point she's probably like most moms, can't imagine it any different.
Exactly.
However, still has those fleeting moments of like, holy crap, this is a lot. What if it were different? So, and I'm sure I don't help much by adding a 5th child to her list.
Yeah. Who does she have to take care of more, the boys or you? That's the big question. But
yeah, that's a fine line on at certain times. But she gets it done. So props to her.
Yeah. Well, Bart, it's been an amazing story. You've been writing and singing for 20 years now. You're kind of a story of perseverance and hard work has paid off. I mean, can you believe where you are now? Did you imagine this 20 years ago? What?
No, sir. Not even in the slightest. Not even for a second. My entire mission statement when I graduated college, because I got a steady job, a really, really good job. And I was like, I'm going to keep gigging, and whichever one outweighs the other first. And every time I do, I just did it right now telling you that. Every time I put my hands up like a scale, and up and down, up and down. And so the music stayed consistent, and then the job went away. And then I got another job that was even better than the first job. And the music was just getting better and more exciting, and I was writing more, and I guess figuring it out for that time, for being, 2 years in the plane, figuring out for the moment how to better navigate the music ship. And it kind of did flip to where I was fortunate enough to work for a company where leaving early and going to gigs was not a factor. And then they have a shutdown in December of that year of '05. And I just had decided, like, I think I'm going to, by this time, my head wasn't still spacey. Like, I can't believe I'm playing music. I mean, it still is, but that moment I needed to make a decision. Like, all right, well, this has been pretty consistent for the last couple of years. Let's just run with it. So I graciously bowed out of coming back after that shutdown and moved to Austin and just never looked back. And yeah, head down, boots on the pavement, nose to the grindstone.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
And beard growing longer. How's the beard right now?
That's funny. I literally this morning was like, man, I need to shave this down, and because I knock it down a long ways and then just start over and just have, let it ride. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota starting tomorrow. Have you lost your dadgum mind? So, yes, the beard is thick, and it's quite lengthy. I mean, not chest length. I got some friends who got some real beards. But for my fat head, yeah, it's in a good spot.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he's going to be playing outside. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Carpal tunnel surgery last month. How are you healing?
Man, so far so good. I had my left hand done on January 10th, and December 10th, and my right hand I had it operated on January the 15th. And I would say the right one I got done last month is 95% done. Good. It's just a little bit sore. The left one's healing a little slower, and but they're good. I just can't really like pick up heavy items and hold them because it, imagine how it kind of stretches your wrist a little bit, and those tendons are still really tender. So, but it hasn't infringed on me. After probably 3 weeks, I'm doing normal stuff. It'll let you know real quick if it's, if you're lifting something too heavy, or if you're grabbing something, or like, hey, it'll when that electric shock goes up your arm, real quick to set it down.
Yeah. How's playing the guitar?
That for my left hand, which is, does the most work, I guess.
Yeah.
My ring finger still gives me troubles, because it shoots that tendon runs down your palm of your hand through your wrist all the way to your elbow. And if I move wrong or do something too quick, that'll wake you up real quick. But, I mean, these are all just like, imagine you shooting a basketball and somebody's walking up to you and just pinching you a little bit. It doesn't hurt any worse than that. It's just awkward and uncomfortable. But it's better than them going completely numb, dead, and asleep like they were doing for a year or so.
Yeah. Wow. I've had carpal tunnel issues. I think my mom had both of hers done. Is it from playing guitar? Just wear and tear? What is it?
My doctor said, dude, you can't really nail it down what you did, but the fact that we hold these phones all the time, and the fact that you've played guitar for 30 years, he's like, I pretty well lean into guitar.
Yeah.
Especially for me, because they were both bad, and my non-dominant and the left one was worse than the dominant hand. He said it's usually the opposite. It's usually the dominant hand, and the other one has little issues, if any. But for me, it was the opposite, which led him to believe it was for sure guitar.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
It could be all that breakdancing I did in the mid-90s. I don't know.
That's what it was. Spinning on your wrist. That's
yes, sir, for sure.
What
Those
it was.
days are over now.
Go and check him out. Bart Crow. He's at bartcrowmusic.com. He's on Facebook, Instagram, X. See him Friday night, downtown Sheridan at Winter Wyo Jam. Well, we mentioned it. You got the beard going because you are playing outside. It's winter here in Wyoming. I mean, it's not that bad right now, but have you played outside? Does it affect you? What do you think?
I won't give my honest answer because I'm just happy and glad to get to come up there and play. There's more comfortable places to play. But, for me, oh, yeah, this sucks. This isn't perfect. My fingers are cold. Oh, well, wham, wham, wham. I'm still getting to play guitar and sing. And that's my honest take on it. Like, yeah, it's going to be chilly. Jesus, we're going to be in Wyoming in wintertime. But
Yeah.
It's only for an hour and some change, hour and a half, whatever it is, and I'm sure there's heaters. If there's not, we need to be smart enough to get pocket warmers, and then if we don't, that's on us.
Yeah.
Muscle through it. The way I always tell my band, because down here in Texas, we face the inversion. Everybody wants to have an outdoor festival in the dadgum summertime when it's 170 million degrees down here. And I just tell my band, I'm like, look, we drove over here, plenty of people working on the highway, plenty of people digging ditches. We went through, an area, plenty of, people roofing houses, condos, and apartments. A lot of people got it worse than us. We get to play music. Shut up.
Exactly.
That's pretty much my champion talk to the band to rally them.
Yeah. Well, it says high of 40, low of 24. So.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Well, you've been here because I talked to you years ago. You played at Blacktooth. I mean, it's been 4 or 5 years now. Do you remember that?
We played Blacktooth probably 3 or 4 times, but yeah, like you said, it's been a while. It's been 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it. Blacktooth, that was always fun. And then we would walk down to another venue that's like right down the block from them, across the street. It's got a bunch of, I think, elk and deer mounts in it. Small, like rectangular bar.
I wonder if you went to the Mint or to Luminous.
I don't know. I don't remember. Couldn't tell you, buddy. But it was walking distance to Blacktooth, and I just remember it was just this kind of tight, long, rectangle bar, and it was amazing. Everybody was awesome, and it was just the spirits were flowing.
Yeah, I wonder if that was the Mint. Well, you take pride in your live shows. You put on a heck of a performance if you haven't seen Bart Crow before.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much. I mean, like I tell my boys, my 3 oldest boys, my 12-year-old and my twin 10-year-olds, I'm like, hey, if you're going to do something, be good at it, or try your damnedest to be good at it. If you're going to be lazy, don't waste my time, energy, or money. I got other things I can do and go watch.
Yeah.
And they hold true to that. And so, it does not fall. It never escapes me that I can give you your ticket money back if you just hate me. I can give you your T-shirt money back if you hate me, but I can never give you your time back. So I'm always I try to be very respectful to people's time and hard-earned money, and not jack around and, be a slobbering drunk and put on a bad show. It's like, wait, you came here, so you're either interested or you like something we do. So I don't want to mess this up. I'm on the phone, bud. So I don't want to mess this up. I want you to come back, and I want you to come back with your friends next time. Because it took me a long time. I tried to be like, no, I'm a songwriter in my head, but no, we entertain.
Yeah.
My job is to entertain and take away your worries and just have a damn good time. Whatever you're stressed about, please forget it. Ride with us for a little bit and just have fun and hoot, holler, have some drinks, do whatever you want to do. So I try to just make sure, it's kind of like when I'm hanging out with my buddies. I don't mean to do it on purpose, but I try to, make everybody laugh and have fun. And so it's kind of the same thing in music. I've been blessed. The Lord has blessed us to get to do this, and for dadgum, 21 years. So I have an obligation to try my hardest. Whatever my hardest and whatever my best is, that's my obligation to myself and everybody who takes the time to show up.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned 21 years. You've seen a lot, Bart. How's it been since COVID? Has there been more opportunities, less opportunities because places have closed? What are you feeling?
Man, a lot of places have closed. Definitely that. And a lot down here in Texas, sadly.
Yeah.
But I would say now, golly, with respect to that, and, because a lot of places that have closed were mom and pop shops that I played for years and still good friends with people. So, it stings my heart for them. But it's just like, unfortunately, the world keeps turning and we got to keep moving. And I would say that today, right now, and probably all of last year, I really can't remember 22. I don't have a great memory. But from as far back as I can remember, at least through last year, things are kind of back to normal. For me, selfishly saying, I know somebody's going to hear that and be like, well, I wish I had that. And that stinks for them. And again, it busts my heart, the venues that I'm thinking of 3 particularly right now that I'm really dear friends with the owners. And it's just like, sucks. They just could not keep it afloat. It just wrecked them so hard after COVID. and they just couldn't bounce back. But you know, for music and gigs and playing, and I feel, from at least for my career, the way we play, the places we play, we're kind of back to normal. I'm not feeling any brunt, because for me too, I kind of switched from playing 180 shows a year. You know, I got a 3-year-old, twin 10-year-olds, and a 12-year-old, and shoot, brother, they're in soccer, football, baseball, jiu-jitsu, theater, skateboarding, and BMX. And this old dad doesn't like missing much. I missed plenty before I had kids. I missed plenty of birthdays and holidays. So we just kind of backed it down to, you know, so maybe that's why it feels a little normal to me, is because we're just not running and gunning and playing any and everywhere we can like I did for 15 years. You know, we kind of backed off and just being like playing where we want to play. And, you know, some months not playing as much as I want to. I did not want to sit at home the entire month of January while the bills were still going out the window. But, you know, it's a balancing act, I guess, for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in...
Back in the day, though, it was, man, oh, you want me to come there? We'll be there. Well, you know, you have a 600-mile drive the next day. Okay, I'm not walking it. We're driving. We'll take both gigs. Now it's like, oh, what time did you say you wanted us to go on? Because that's a little late. That's after Pawpaw's bedtime.
Yeah. I don't know about that anymore. He's going to be in Gatlin Gateway, Montana on Thursday, and then he's going to be here in Sheridan, downtown, at the Winter WYO Jam 2024 on Friday night. Go and get your tickets at wyojam.com. Well, I mean, going to Montana, coming back here to Wyoming, I mean, well, you just said it a little bit. You kind of pick and choose more, but is there different markets that you're hitting compared to the other ones?
Well, for me, this kind of was just an anomaly. I've got a buddy that lives in Big Timber, Montana, named Leif Olstedt, and he puts together, anytime we go to Montana, it's usually him he's the promoter that brings us up there. And we try to, when we get up in you guys' neck of the woods, which, number one, as soon as my Powerball numbers hit, I will be a member of the Wyoming or Montana, that area society. I will be getting my mail there. But until then, I just love to come up and embrace it and see the beautiful country. And so I just called Leif, and I'm like, man, I'm going to be in Wyoming. I mean, I'm already that far away from home. Find me some other stuff to do. And so I was hoping to get up there and play, you know, maybe Missoula and then Bozeman, or, you know, a couple gigs, because I'm already up there and I'm already gone from home. And I'm doing those acoustic, so that, you know, not just a ton of overhead other than flight, but it only worked out I could only snag one. So it's just more or less to get to go hang out with Leif for a night, and then play for my room and board and rental car, and then drive down and hang out with you guys. Nice.
Yeah, he's going to be hanging out with us Friday night. Go to wyojam.com. Get your tickets to go see Bart Crow. Go check him out, bartcrowmusic.com. He's on Facebook, Instagram, X. Go check out all of his social media. Nothing's changed. Your single that came out in August. Tell us a little bit about this song, Bart.
Dude, that song, I wrote it from my perspective of when I used to college rodeo. So when I was rodeoing in college, I'd went to college for a little while, didn't rodeo, hung out with a certain group of friends, and we would go to the bars and we would have fun. And, you know, we were trying to meet girls and, you know, dance a little bit and hang out and see where it goes from there. And then when I started rodeoing and I was traveling with this group of guys, they were into the bars for sure, but not really socializing. They just wanted to shoot pool and hang out with their buddies and go back to the camper or the hotel, get a good night's rest, and head on to the next round or the next show. And that kind of wasn't really my vibe, because I was single and in my 20s. I'm like, man, you guys got girlfriends and one of you are married back home. I'm not going to sit over and shoot pool all night. Anyway, fast forward 20-something years later, and I'm in Las Cruces, New Mexico, on stage, and I look around, and I'm like, and this is during the show, and I'm like, man, nothing has changed because this was a big dance floor in front of me. On the left side was the bar. On the back side, just imagine a big square, the basic venue, and it was a bar. On the right side were pool tables. To my right, nothing but cowboy hats, popped blue jean jacket collars, belt buckles, Coors Light, Busch Light, and some guys and a couple girls. To my left were some older gentlemen sitting at the bar, and then probably 40 or 50 non-cowboys. I don't know what they're called. I call them preppies in the song, but, more hipster-type people. Nothing wrong with them, just different, niches of people, different clothing, different lifestyles. And I was like, golly, and nothing's changed. And then I saw that old man talking to some kids, and so I convinced myself he was drowning in his beer, fighting back tears. And so I literally went to the hotel that night and wrote the song. And I was like, holy crap, I did that. That's funny. Because a lot of songs don't come that quick and easy, I promise. That was just one of those that kind of wrote itself. It painted itself in front of me. I just had to grab the words. And that's really what it's about. Like, nothing has changed. And go to the bar after the rodeo. Just notice this time. And I know a lot of cowboys listen to your station. And so they're all, well, yeah, we'll play pool. And I just thought that was interesting, that it's just all the same 20-something years later. Got my cowboy buddies over there to the right, dancing, hooting and hollering, shooting their finger guns at me, telling me good job, but they're all shooting pool. Got all the, more sport-wearing, preppy-wearing people, fist-pumping. And I'm like, man, as long as everybody's here sharing love, I'm cool. But it's funny to me that nothing has changed.
Yeah, crazy. You got a few dates left this year, or some getting on the books. What's the goals for 2024? What are we thinking?
To not die.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was kind of messed up. No, I don't know, man. I do have a new record. I just have to get it buttoned up. I need to get it to mastering, and then my wife does the art. So she'll start the art, honestly, at the end of this week when the boys are at school and I'm gone, not distracting and annoying her. And all I got to do is just get it all buttoned up and then start the marketing process. So I would say probably March, April-ish.
Yeah.
Don't hold me to that. But, yeah, I recorded it last year and worked on it through the last quarter of last year, just taking my time, no deadlines, no rushes. And that's the most pleasant way to make a record for me, because you start feeling the fun and the artistry out of it when you're chasing deadlines and, racing budgets and stuff. So I just did it slow and easy. Kind of made a record when I didn't necessarily, quote-unquote, need one. But I knew I was going to need one this year because it's time to put out new music. And so, yeah, got that. And just playing gigs, man. Maybe I've been toying the last couple of years. We were going to do it, and then COVID hit. And then since COVID, just been working on getting, things built back up and charged. But I want to do a live record. I just don't know where yet. So, that could come to fruition by the end of the year. But all in all, I just want to play. I just want to gig. I don't want to, it's when I say I don't want to gig, I do want to gig. I would play every dadgum night of the week.
Yeah.
But I have to balance that with being a dad also. So I want to play enough to fulfill my own selfish needs and desires of playing music and the love of it, and to stay relevant, all the business side stuff of it that comes with that. And then also not miss many sporting events, games. Hell, I'm missing my 12-year-old will be 13 on Saturday. I will be in your town.
Yeah.
That's pretty. But he doesn't know it, but I bought he and I 2 tickets to a Spurs game when I get home. So we'll drive down to San Antonio, and I spent way too much money on them. So there'll be good seats. So I'll buy my way out of
there you
that.
Go. Exactly.
And he's been wanting one. He wanted one for Christmas. He didn't get it. He's been begging for one. All his buddies have it. And I did this as a sucker, and I don't spoil my kids, I swear, but I feel so terrible for missing his birthday Saturday because he's my partner. But Mom and I bought him one of those e-bikes, the bicycle, battery powered.
Yeah.
And gave it to him last night, so we built that and put that together. And I even told him, like, all right, what you see in front of you is we're glad that you're happy. But this is Daddy buying his way out of a hole. Got to know that, because one day you're going to have to do it with your kids.
Yeah, you'll remember this day. Don't
right.
Don't forget it. Well,
I'll
go.
just give it to the ringer, brother, because I'm missing basketball game on Thursday, birthday on Saturday, his last flag football game he plays regular football, but in the winter they play a flag football league. Last football game on Sunday, going to miss the Super Bowl watching it with him on Sunday. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. It doesn't make it any worse that when I leave Sheridan, I'm going to Rapid City, South Dakota to fly fish for 3 days. So he's like, you could come home. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm too close.
Exactly. I'm there. I got to enjoy it while I'm there.
Yes, sir.
Well, go and support him. Make him feel like he's at home. Bart Crow, he's going to be in downtown Sheridan at Winter Wow Jam on Friday night. Go to wowjam.com. Get your tickets. There's a VIP tent. There's a warming tent so you can stay warm. But Bart will keep you warm because you'll be having so much damn fun. Bart, thanks so much.
Robot. You can two-step, do the robot. You can spin on your wrist like Jeff and I used to do. Shoot. You can do it all. Come down and have a good time with me and Southern Pride.
Exactly. Winter Wow Jam Friday night with Bart Crow. Bart, thanks so much for coming on.
Jeff, thank you, buddy. Thank you very much.
It's Bart Crow. It's KIX 96.5.